Raindrop, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. We came from nothing to something, nigga.
Hello everyone, welcome to part 2 of how I render skin. Right now we are just cleaning up the value section. So the value section of this video, I'm just trying to make sure everything's in place. From here, you guys notice that this is grayscale, and sometimes I go grayscale to color. This technique that I'm using right now, I go into the gradient map option. You can reach this option by going to image adjustments and then go down the bar until you see gradient map. So from here, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to turn the darkest tones, or the mid tones and dark tones, into a certain color. So the lightest tones I keep white, and then the darkest tones I try to change into a different color so that I can have a certain tone of skin. I find purple to be the best, like a purplish reddish color. So here you see after you go into the gradient map, you make another layer and you multiply that layer. And after you multiply that layer, you can go in with some color. Some people like to go with the color layer, the color adjustment option. I don't really like doing that because it kind of makes colors look a little tacky and very bright, and it doesn't work too well. So yeah, you guys can look in the lower right hand corner to see how my layers are adjusted and organized. Right now we're just going in with a little oil slick hair color. I don't know, I was just getting creative. This is a pretty creative process. I didn't really have a plan, I just kind of improvised. But yeah, so you have your value section, and then you duplicate that. Then you go in with the gradient map and adjust what you want. Then you go into a multiply layer, which is above that value layer. Lay down your colors. And after that, you'll see later on in the video, of course. So right here, we're still on the multiply layer, and we're just putting in the colors that you want. Later on, when you're done laying down all the colors that you want, you can combine your multiply and value layer. So then everything's all on one layer again. But it's easier to just put the color down. The easiest part behind this is just laying down the color, because you already have your values, you already have your clean render. You can just pick whatever color you want and lay it on top. Nothing will happen to your value layer. This is one of my favorite techniques because it's a lot easier to manage. You don't have to worry about laying down a color and then you also ruin the rendering as well if you make a mistake. So this is the easiest of the techniques that I usually use. I usually use this grayscale to color technique for bigger works, but if you want more accuracy and you want your lighting to be really good, then I recommend going grayscale to color. You have to understand color a lot more if you just want to go straight from color. So right here, we're kind of done with the colors already. Right now, I'm just trying to brighten up the skin a little bit because everything looks a little grayed out and bland. There's another function that you can use to fix colors. Right here, I'm just using an overlay layer so I can brighten the hair. Another function you can use is Control B. Control B lets you kind of adjust how much color or how much of a certain color is inside your rendering. You get to see that very soon here. Right now, I'm just trying to add in some ambient light towards their left side. Our right side. It's like kind of a light blue to indicate that he's under a very blue and sunny sky. I like to use this because it kind of lets the character pop out a little bit more against a plain background. I don't want him blending in and looking like a 2D cartoon rather than a 3D or almost 3D render of a character. So right here, this is the Control B option. This is where I can kind of input more purple or input more blue, more red, shit like that. It's a very handy feature, especially if you're a beginner and your colors don't look right. You can always fix it with the Control B option, trust me. So here, just cleaning up the render a little bit more. I think from here, I already combined both my value and color layer. This makes it easier to paint over. You can also duplicate everything just in case you make a mistake and you can go back to your previous render. So from here, just fixing up some stuff, getting in the soft brush. I tend to fix my colors a lot. There's no shame behind that. Oh yeah. Here, I tend to darken my background because sometimes I get loose brush strokes outside of my character. You see that very soft paint outside my character? Yeah. I like to use a dark background so I can go in with the eraser and get rid of that. Or you can select your main figure and then invert the selection and then press delete. It's a faster way. You gotta be careful with this though because it'll sharpen the edges of your render. It won't look very natural. So here, just putting in more red, more yellow, a little bit more green. I don't want the skin to look too red. We're not trying to draw Hellboy. We're trying to draw a relatively more human character. So here I'm going in with the highlights. Highlights are nice, but do not overdo highlights. Try not to. This isn't one of those Instagram glam portrait drawings, you know. I mean, they're cool and all, but they're kind of annoying. Everybody does that. Like, oh, the more glitter, the better. Like, yeah, just whatever, dude. That's literally all you do. Oh shit, is Josephine dropping tea? Yeah, the fuck I am. I am. Alright. So right here, just the color process is a lot of cleaning up and adjusting. And there's nothing wrong with adjusting. Like, don't be afraid to fix anything on your character. If you don't like the color, you can change the color. Just delete the color layer and start over. Their value painting is still there. That is if you didn't already combine your value and color layer. If you want to keep it separate, you can. I tend to combine mine because it's easier for me to paint. Okay. The blue light, it's the correct definition for it, or the correct term is a rim light. Rim light is pretty much just a separate light source. You don't have to have a rim light, but I don't know. For some reason, I like to add one. Okay, adding in some highlights in the eyes to indicate the light source a little bit more. You don't want them dead fish eyes. You know what I mean? You need some life. Those brushes that I have, like with the pre-made circles and pre-made light glints and everything, I got them from some Procreate artist or whatever that like converted them into Photoshop brushes. I don't know the names because I don't care, but I'm pretty sure you can find some on Pinterest. I got them from those Instagram glam portrait artists. I'm not gonna lie, they do make good brushes, but that's literally all they do. Alright, just putting in some little makeup, make our guy and our girl a little prettier. And I'm just trying to sharpen the irises and whatnot. So from here, I start to get a little creative. I wanted to add some stuff because it looked a bit boring. It's pretty free to create whatever you want when it comes to characters. So I just went in. I was like, I think what I did here was I tried to make her into a cyborg looking character. So right here I'm just trying to fix some stuff, fix some highlights and stuff that just didn't look right. But I tried to make her into some sort of cyborg character, or like, you know, those fuck, I forgot the video game. Like Detroit some shit. I don't know, I got a bad memory. I don't remember 5 minutes ago. But I tried to make it into that, like, you know, the hyper realistic silicone skin and shit. I don't know, is that how cyborgs? Fuck, I don't know. But yeah, here I go in. I like to use the color dodge layer sometimes because it helps brighten up whatever I need brighten up. Ross Tran, I believe, uses that a lot. A lot. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that, but holy fuck. It's like Skittle Mountain, bro. But whatever, I'm not dropping tea right now. Anyway. Okay, putting in more hair strands to make it look more realistic. Here we go. This is the creative part that I was getting into. I wanted to add some scars, some panels on her, just weird shit. Because when I draw females and or males, I like to put shit on their face. I like to draw them all beautiful, and then I just like to fuck them up. I like to have something just scratch across their face, or a shrapnel blown right beside their ears. I love doing that. Don't know why. Maybe it's some psychological thing. I don't fucking know. Don't question me. Alright, so putting in little scars. Maybe I'll make a tutorial in the future about how to make injuries, because I love drawing injuries. I can show you how to draw a snapped arm, whatever you want, bro. Putting in a little scar on the nose. You know, scars and injuries, or just, you know, permanent marks on a character, tend to build the character. Gives them a little story without telling you anything. So just giving a character scars, you can just judge and be like, oh my god, they've been through some shit. Like, hell yeah, they did. You've been attacked by a tiger or another person, fuck if I know. So here I tried to add that little circle thing that most hyper-realistic androids have. That little glowing circle on like the side of their head. People always do that. I don't know why, but people always do that. Yeah, Detroit Become Human or some shit. I think that was the game. They always have that little circle thing on the side of their heads. Just a common sci-fi trope. Very common. And I tried to add some more little like fuck. That's not a rectangle, Josephine, you fucking idiot. Alright. Pentagon. Is that 5 sides? It's hexagon? Look, this ain't geometry, fucking whatever. Hexagon, we'll call it hexagon. I tried to add more of those onto the forehead to make it look like, you know, she's made up of little tiny parts that fuse together, but then some are imperfect. Add some more scars. Scars are pretty easy to draw. You don't have to go very detailed with them if you don't want to. You could still tell it's a scar. These are raised scars too. Okay, here I wanted to add some more of those hexagon things on her shoulder, but I thought a panel would work even better. So I went in and drew like a little panel. I don't know, you can put batteries and bags of Skittles in there or whatever the fuck. Do whatever you want, you're a cyborg. And then I tried to go in with some overlay effects as well to kind of show like maybe a lit up LED panel. You're gonna see it here soon. Right here, I'm just kind of fucking around. I tried to separate certain parts of her body so they look like they will separate. I don't know, like turrets or miniguns under her shoulders or some shit. I don't know. You gotta give the viewer a guess. You know, that's some room in for imagination. Here I tried to make it light up, maybe. Little individual panels that light up. Just making the character more interesting. This isn't really a tutorial from here on, but it's more just like encouraging you guys to step out of your comfort zone and try different shit. You know, just experiment. Pick some brushes that you're comfortable with and just go at it. You never know. You never know what'll happen. Here, just trying all kinds of stuff. I wanted to make it look more interesting. I went in with the color dodge again. I tried to find a good color to, kind of light up little panels. So now she looks more like a badass cyborg. I was going to put, like, cracks in her face, but that's, I guess I changed my mind on that. Brighten up the eyeballs a little bit. Trying to brighten up the skin a little bit as well. I don't try to go too much with the color dodge because sometimes it can be a bit obnoxious. I've seen people abuse the fuck out of color dodge. Here I'm putting in the little numbers on her panel. His or her panel. Like a, like an LED screen underneath the silicone. That's what I tried to make it look like. Yeah. Here we are nearing the end of our tutorial, actually. It was very nice going through with this tutorial. I know it's been a while, and I'm sorry. I've been busy / lazy. It takes a lot of work to make a tutorial, because I don't like having people watch me draw. You know, even if nobody's around physically, just knowing that the camera's on and watching my every single fucking brushstroke is scary. So, it took me a while. But I got it done, so you're welcome. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll try to plan for more tutorials in the future, just trying to render shit, or, you know, more body poses, or how to draw this, how to draw that. I'll try. I'll really try. You guys drop some suggestions in the comments, and I'll look through them, make a list, do whatever I like. But, yeah, don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Follow me on Instagrams. You can see my personal art there that I don't usually show on YouTube. I do a lot of those draw this in your style bullshits. So if you want to see that, you can check that out. But anyways, I hope you guys have a good day. I don't know when the next tutorial will be, but just be patient and they'll come out. So thank you guys. Have a nice day. Goodbye.